Hey guys, what's up? I'm back. It's been a while since I published here, so I want to get back and start to record videos again. In this video, I just want to try to create some thoughts about language in general, because I've been studying, or at least trying to involve myself and immerse myself in the language. So and I started to watch uh, like videos about language itself and how you should approach them and how you should learn language. So I want to share my opinions about that, if I can say that's mine, because I just watched a bunch of videos. So yeah, well, my main goal is still being able to improve my English, even though my English is getting better. I think if you look at the older videos that I publish here, you will see the difference, that in this video my English is very smooth, and the others my English is very, very bad at all, and like I can't express. In that time I can't express myself very well, but now I can express myself in a very much clear way. So I'm trying to think about how I should approach my English now to improve and even more, because I'm trying to like do immersion, as I said, and I'm just watching videos in English to try to avoid Portuguese videos, that is my native language, and try to watch properly English videos, or you know videos that is in English. So this is my goal, right? I'm trying to train in my listening, watching a bunch of videos, and I started to trying to study grammar. So I was doing some exercises and trying to write some things about a book. Like I was studying by a student's approach of grammar. I studied grammar approach. I can't remember the name of the book very clearly, but is that right? I was trying to study grammar like this book. I don't know if grammar is useful though, because you see in the internet and books and those stuff, some polyglots say that some polyglots say that you're you don't have you don't need to use grammar to improve. They say, oh, you should not use grammar at all. You should try to understand the language by the language itself, and do not study proper the language. But this is a thing that catch me, because I think, well, why I should learn grammar, I should study grammar, even though, okay, some polyglots say that, but I should follow them advice. I don't know. So the point is useful study grammar? That's the question. So I saw a video about the natural approach of the language, saying that if you try to study grammar, actually you will get worse than if you didn't that. So I was thinking, bro, that sounds strange, right? If you study grammar, you will start to getting worse in the language. So I think to myself, I don't know. So I always start to learn the grammar, I start to study the grammar, but I realized some things. I try to read some books, some grammar books, and I look at those and try to search for someone, and I saw like a lot of grammar books that have exercise in it, and you have to write something, you have to try to find the right words in a phrase. is that what is up in there, like grammar notebooks is this way, and sometimes you have like an exercise, and you have to find the right word to put in that. And so other books that I saw doesn't have exercises at all and present to you the grammar. So I think in that conclusion that it for me will be difficult. I can't like properly study using grammar notebooks in a fun way for me. Like if I try to do exercises with grammar books, I will be like overwhelmed by this and just quit, just quit. And if I read the book, like just reading the book about grammar without doing exercises, that would be great for me at least, because I try to build some thought, because look, you have the desire to learn the language, right? We all shared this desire. I want to learn my target language, with which is English and other language too, but my main goal is still English. And other person can like try to have other language that is the target one, but like this is the desire that everybody shares. Everybody wants to speak the language or to know more about the language and to properly like live the language, or at least consume the language, at least writing and speaking the language. This is the desire that everybody shares, and the point is how we could get in this desire, and how we could get in that level that we am. So I want to be like a very good English speaker. That's my desire, and I'm trying to improve. So another person also will be desiring be good in the target language, but how we should should properly do that, and that's the point. There is the desire, that's the goal, is the final destination. But to get there, there is a lot of path, you know. There is like so many ways to get there that sometimes seems overwhelming. Sometimes you see that and oh, that's hard, and sometimes some people even quit learn language because there is so many options to follow that maybe they are overwhelming, or at least like the trial method, and this method doesn't work with them and they just quit. So some person will say that the natural approach, the natural method, is the best one. You should do like 6 months of input and do not try to speak until you are like very good in the listening, in the reading. You should do that. Some person says. Uh, Other one says that you must speak in the first day. Bro, what is that? I'm trying to learn the language, and I can't even say a word if it's a language that's very different of the language that I know. Imagine if I try to learn, let's say, I try to learn Chinese now. Chinese is very difficult for me because I don't have like none of language. I don't have language that could help me to learn Chinese, because I just know Portuguese, a bit of English. Like I have a good level overall in English, and those are the language that I properly know. Obviously, because I'm a Portuguese speaker and an English speaker, will be easier to learn, let's say, French and let's say Spanish, for example. It is that exists there like a lot of words that is it is I probably know because Spanish is very close to Portuguese. But if you take Chinese or Arabic or Hebrew or other language like that, it would be hard to me to speak in the first moment that I listen to it if I don't know the language at all, and I can't like I can I cannot even understand the word. How I supposed to say it to speak? What I'm current thinking is that grammar is not like a very let's say there is the old school method, not the one like you make drills and you train pronunciation in a very intensive way that exists too, but I'm talking about the method, like the method that you try to learn the language throughout through books and through grammar books and rules and etc. This is not a very useful way to learn. That's a conclusion that I achieved. That doesn't work, bro. I'm sorry. If you are just doing that, you will not be able to learn how to speak the language. Probably you will be able to know about the language and have some rules in your head, but I firmly believe that if you don't have a longer exposition at all, you will not be able to communicate yourself and to put those rules that you have in mind in use properly. So I don't believe in that method, that just grammar and rules. I think that's a very useless method. And oh, all right. So you have you should have a very immersion, and that the point is, I think immersion is the key, right? A lot of polyglots that I listen to it and that I've been searching, all of them agree that a point that is immersion matters, and like watch videos, listen to audios, listen to read books, listen to audiobooks. All of this, the contact with the content that you have in the language matters, and matters a lot. Even if you like old school in the other way that I said, like you make pronunciation drills, you have a tutor. Even though this method is very good, if you don't have a proper immersion, I mean, even though this method can be very good, if you don't have a proper immersion, you will not be able to conquer the language and have this acquisition of the language. I think that this old school method could work, like you do pronunciations drills and you have a teacher that is close to you teaching the language and those things. I think that could be useful because you are like training what you need to speak. What you will need to speak. Let's raise up this question. You need to have a good pronunciation. It's a thing. We need to have like a concept grammar, at least to know how to put the words together. Because if I say to put the words together, let's take my phrase. This makes sense somehow. I don't know if I don't have a perfect grammar, but this makes sense to me. But if you say two together, put words D, will not be word. You have to know the order that words should follow, and that's the point. So you need to have like concept grammar, or I'm not saying like the grammar itself, like as a study, as a study method, or as a very theoretical method, very theoretical approach. I'm saying grammar by itself. You have to know about the structure of the language, pronunciation structure of the language, and vocabulary. You know, vocabulary is pretty important. If you don't know the words, you can say nothing. But I think that these three are the more important ones. I mean, in the pronunciation, we are putting also the accent and the skill to talk the language itself. Because you have to know the words, you have to know how to organize them in a way that makes sense, and you have to know how to say them. Because if you imagine the phrase in your head, but you are not able to speak, that's that will not be good. So I think these 3 points are important to to speak. Oh, I forgot. To speak properly, you have to know these 3 points, right? And that's it. I just want to try to build some knowledge with you, and try to create some method and try to think about the matter that I see, because I'm asking to myself, how should I learn more the English, improve my English. And I think that probably I have to talk more, so I will be trying to do some videos here to share to you guys what I'm thinking about language, what I think about those things, what I think about philosophy, math, and those things. Feel free to comment, um, and see you later. But it's like that. I I apologize if the video doesn't make sense at all, and if the ideas are just put together and scattered. But what I'm trying to do, so it is to build some knowledge and try to think about the method and about what the people say, and I listen to it. So that's it. See you later. Bye for now.